Come along, Michael. We're podcasting.
Yeah.
It's time to do the podcast.
Yeah.
Get you out of your fucking...
Oh, hello.
Your pen.
Yeah.
I like to... Did you just throw water all over your face to start a podcast?
Yeah, I heard this thing the other day that this lad was like, if you want to feel better, throw water in your face. And I just thought I could do it feeling better. So I fucked a load of water in my face.
So you're glistening?
Yeah. I'm like a fucking Bond girl coming out of the sea. I'm hot. I'm sexy. I have big tits. I have all the best stuff that you can have. I'm fucking buzzing. I feel so good
well,
right
I
now.
saw that apparently, you know, the people do the cold exposure thing. Apparently the nice cheapskate way to do it is just have a big mixing bowl full of ice water, because most of your face is the densest proportion of temperature sensors
Yeah.
in your body. So if you just whack your face in for as long as you can, that'll
Stick it
pretty
into a
much
bowl
do
of
the-
ice.
Yeah,
That'll fucking do it.
yeah.
So all these fucking dumbasses with their ice baths and their plunges and all that shit, they're fucking stupid.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
just put yourself in. What do you do? There's something in cooking where you have to plunge it into ice. Boiled eggs?
Huh?
Boiled eggs.
You've got to put boiled eggs into...
Is that not a thing?
What? Boiling an egg? No,
Or-
that's definitely a thing.
You boil something and...
I've done it, baby. I've seen it been done. I fucking enjoy the boiled egg.
But is there not a thing where you have to boil it and then put it into ice straight away to stop it from going weird or something?
A fucking egg.
I don't know if it's an egg.
You
I
think
don't
an egg
eat
gets
eggs.
weird? Like an egg becomes like a fucking goth or an emo if you don't put it in ice. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know what to do. That's the egg.
Yeah. Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I think of you. I dream of you tonight. God, fucking Blink 182 are sick.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think
yeah.
so?
Well, it's kind of like whinge music. It's like...
Well, it is. Sean Walsh fucking loves Blink 182.
Does he?
They're like his absolute favourite band ever.
That fucking tracks. That makes sense, man. You know what I mean? Because he's, he's
He's whinge. He is whinge comedy.
well, yeah, he's always whinging. I mean, I this pot calling the kettle black. Me saying that I'm an absolute whinge machine, but
I mean, a lot of stand-up is just people going, "This is fucking shit," isn't it?
yeah,
But it always has to be, "This is shit," not "This is sad." That's where people go wrong. This is shit, but then the problem is some people go, "This is hard," and you go, "No, struggle, fight against it."
but isn't that you? Isn't
Don't
that your
relent.
whole thing? Oh, do you know what I noticed actually when I saw you in Bristol?
What did I do
Yeah,
wrong?
no. You're after you collapsed in on yourself. You folded like a house of cards, and you didn't say that you cried at the play.
Well, I can't
You took it
anymore.
out.
I can't.
You took it out.
You've ruined my show.
You fucking coward. You ran away from it. You ran away. And
I can't. I'm terrified of someone heckling who listens to the podcast. The number of people who've messaged saying they were so close to going, "I went to see a play and I cried."
Oh yeah, people are messaging me even after the
Saying that your impression was accurate. Don't fucking tell me they said your impression
the
was
impression
accurate.
was accurate. They nailed it. They shouldn't have bought tickets to the play because I had showed them the play, or not the play, the show.
Yeah, stop referring to my show as a play.
It is kind of like, it's more of a play. It is more of a play, and I think most
And
people
then it's
would agree with
artistic
that.
and hilarious
Plays aren't hilarious.
and good.
No, plays are bad.
It's like a play in the sense that it sells lots of tickets.
Plays are bad and unfunny, and they don't sell lots of tickets. So,
I'm going to see a play tonight.
are you?
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah.
Really?
A musical.
Fuck, you better buy a big box of Kleenex. That's not going to be. You'll be left a bloody mess. No, come on.
In the theatre.
That's something I do. What the hell? You can't be earwanking on the fucking show.
Yeah.
That's my only move.
That's my one of the month. I'm allowed to do one wank joke a month.
What are you going to see?
Operation Mincemeat.
What? What's it about? Like the guy who invented the shepherd's pie? Like what's Operation Mincemeat?
I don't know what it's about.
You don't.
I like to go with things that I haven't the fucking clue what they're going to be about. But I saw 3 people on Instagram say it was really, really good.
What 3 people? Because they must have been people you trusted. People you
Ivo
love.
Graham.
Right. Autistic. No?
Not officially, I don't think.
Okay.
But he's got an autistic shaped head.
He does.
It's quite big at the back.
A normal it's a normal brain wouldn't fit in that receptacle. So go on anyway.
He goes Ivo Graham, Phil Wang.
Phil Wang. Asian.
And therefore autistic.
It's in, the continent of autism. And
It's Asians and Scandinavians are the most autistic, I think.
Absolutely, yeah.
What's the most autistic country? Finland.
I think they are, and that's why they're all so fucking. They're the happiest.
Are Finland the happiest?
They're the happiest fucking country, and I tell you, I was there. I was in fucking. What's the capital of Finland? Helsinki. But I was in Tampere.
You really believed in me there for a second. Thank you for that.
I mean, the capital of Finland. That's hardly fucking rocket science, is it?
Yeah, it wasn't anywhere in my. It is somewhere. I'd heard the word Helsinki before.
Good for you. So I just thought that you might be like a geography smart because you're so on history
I'm good at
smart.
capitals. I'm great at capitals.
But I just gave you the chance to say one and you didn't fucking say it.
Did somebody just come into the house? Or was it just a door slamming?
I heard a door.
Hello?
Hello? Who is it?
Is someone... Hello?
Is that Jamali Maddox? Coming into your asses. Not now. We're doing the pod.
Can we refer to my
Come back in an hour and a half.
Can we, you know the way we're always struggling to not say my girlfriend's name?
Yeah.
Can we just call her Jamali Maddox?
Yeah, let's call her Jamali Maddox from now on. I would love that. Can we? Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Have you been raw dogging Jamali Maddox recently? Have you been leaving loads in Jamali Maddox?
No, I always wear a condom.
Do you actually?
Jamali Maddox.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Even though you're going out for years? Yeah. Whoa. What the fuck?
The coil's a bastard of a thing.
What?
The coil's a bastard of a thing, and so's the pill.
What Jesus?
They're nasty bits of business.
Jamali Maddox won't go on the fucking pill or get no coil fucking put up her arse.
You get a fucking terrible time.
What? Yeah, but like...
Would you put a slinky up yourself?
A slinky?
That's what they basically are.
Is a slinky that little kind of stretched toy dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, lad.
You put a slinky up your fanny?
Up my fanny, I would. If it meant that my fucking partner...
Just Tom Hanks playing Woody going... Slink!
Romesh could fucking...
Your partner Romesh.
Yeah, Romesh.
Your Romesh
Yeah. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lovely lady called Ramesh Ranganathan, and you're of course going out with Jamali Maddox.
Yeah, but when I Jamali just had a terrible time with the coil and a terrible time with the pill.
Right.
So it was just like, well, we'll just do this. That's fine.
Would you not just pull out to hell like a man?
No.
What?
Can't be pulling out.
What the fuck?
Pulling out feels worse than staying in with a condom on.
I don't believe that. No way. Fuck that. Come on. You don't like a pull out? Do you know what that is?
I don't think I've ever done a pull out except for like just a bit of, razzmatazz.
You've never done it?
I've done it for razzmatazz.
What the fuck does razzmatazz mean?
You know, if you just like get a notion of like a bit of a celebration. Like I want to be like do something.
Oh,
just a bit like whoa, like a jazz hands finish of
a gesture, a kind of a signal of intent, like kind of. Are you talking about?
It's not just out. It's like I want to do it here instead.
You're talking about Jamali Maddox's face.
No, never done that. I've never done that.
What?
Never done that.
You've never done it.
I've never gone on Jamali Maddox's face or anyone's face.
Why the hell?
Deliberately, I've done it by accident once. Only a little bit.
Who?
I've hit myself in the face.
Have you?
Yeah.
God, that's a fucking pungent load. You just fucking up to the moneymaker, bit of moisturizer. Really?
Yeah. Have you never?
No, I think I've got a weak cannon. Do you know what I mean? I think I've got like a fucking...
I have a fucking super soaker.
Do you really?
Did you use super soakers when you were a kid for water fights?
Absolutely, lad.
Yeah.
Those were the fucking best days. Do you know what?
My dad had his own super soaker that we weren't allowed to use, and he would just come out of the garage and go...
Is that what he called it? His super soaker? Your father is a dirty bastard. Your father is
You just know that he listens.
You
know that he listens to the podcast, and you use it as a weapon.
He is genuinely... one of the most problematic individuals I've ever heard. He'd whip out his super soaker. Yes. I know what you were doing, Carlo. You make me sick, truly. Absolutely sick. Oh, you kept it the Catholic tradition, didn't you, Carlo? Dirty fucking bollocks. No, I just had to say it now.
My dad would never go to Mass. I remember being really angry, but when we used to go to Mass every Sunday, he would just not.
He'd skip straight to the kiddie
and we would
fiddling.
go, how come he doesn't have to go? And then he would just go...
Fair play to him. My father would do because my father fucking hated mass. Like hated it, but the guilt.
But your mother's a very religious lady.
My mother is quite religious, but even more so than that, my granny was fucking like she was basically the
We were
Virgin
similar
Mary.
in that our grannies are one of the only ones in their families that weren't priests or nuns. Did we say that?
Yeah, my granny. I don't know if we've said it on here before, but she was gutted that she didn't get to become a nun. Like absolutely fuming to her dying day.
So what stopped her though? I don't really understand that.
Because her sisters got sent to like Edinburgh to school, because you'd have to like to be a nun was you'd be educated and you'd get to fucking travel around. They kind of groomed the girls. Like my aunt, when she was 14, like the Catholic Church like brought her on a trip to the Vatican in Rome, and they showed them all the gold and the statues and just dazzled them, because women love trinkets.
Oh,
it's
they
like,
do.
Look at all the trinkets you could have, right? And look at the life. You can travel the world, blah, blah, blah. You'll never have to touch your old yoke down below.
They
And
basically branded it as an all-inclusive holiday.
yeah,
Becoming a nun.
that's right.
And look at these great, cool clothes you get to wear.
That's exactly right. All black, sick, like Johnny Cash.
Which is just the same as a hijab, isn't it?
It's certainly a first cousin of a hijab.
The
yeah.
nun's habit?
Huh?
Is that what it's called?
Is that what they call it?
A habit?
Well, I would have thought a habit was kind of a behavior that you would routinely do.
Just getting on the drink, getting on the
Getting-
booze,
getting
on
on the
the
booze.
the body of blood.
The body of blood, is that right? Yeah, your brain is firing.
I'm quite hungover, I didn't tell you before.
What the hell? You little rat.
Sorry.
Are you? You little fucking wet drowned rat. You little boozy Susie.
Yeah?
Full of gin.
Yeah. No, I didn't want drinking
Oh,
gin.
sure, you went out for a steak dinner last night, didn't you? Did you dress in suits?
Yeah. No. Because Finn's moving house, so he couldn't access suits.
All right.
So it was smart casual.
So you went for a steak dinner.
Yes, the Finn versus the internet staff do.
Yeah. Finn vs. Internet show, if you haven't seen it,
Get
it's
on it.
absolutely hilarious. And
I write some of the jokes.
Vittorio writes some of the jokes, but don't let that put you off. It's a good show.
I'm trying to get a sad bit into every episode.
Yeah. And just for no reason, every episode there's just a sad Irish monologue where Vittorio steps on. When I was 5, my dog died, and it felt like a part of me died. And there's everyone like, "Jeez, why did we get him on the writing stuff? We know all he wants to do is sad monologues." And I felt a tingling deep within my loins. First it frightened me, but then I was filled with pride.
Pride in my country.
Yeah,
And my countrymen. And countrywomen.
It's one of the greatest stories of all time. I don't know if you've ever heard Norm Macdonald's Dirty Johnny story,
I don't know if I have.
but I'll send it to you after. It's one of the greatest things ever. But anyway, it's I'll just give you an abridged version. But basically there's a classroom and a teacher asks the children, they're like, tell us a story and then tell us what the meaning of is behind the story, the moral behind the story. So then like about 2 different girls put up their hand. They're like, my uncle works in the hatchery, and the other day he counted all his eggs and then went to the market, but on the way to the market some of the eggs broke, blah blah blah. So the teacher said, what's the moral of that story? He said, well, don't count all your eggs before they hatch, right?
Yeah.
Blah, blah. And then Dirty Johnny puts up his hand in the end, and then like, and the teacher knows Dirty Johnny's fucking like no good, you know, and she doesn't want to have him tell a story, but she's taking a sacred oath. So go on then, Johnny. Anyway, Johnny's whole story is about his Uncle Terry going to Vietnam and being abandoned by his fucking other soldiers. And then he gets like drunk and goes into a village and just mows down all the men, women and children. And after he did so, he felt his pants and it felt wet, and he realized that he had wet himself. And but then on second inspection, he realized it was not urine but ejaculate. And he said, pride came where shame once was. Anyway, look it up. Norm Macdonald, Dirty Johnny story.
That reminds me of an old like street joke, which is again in a classroom where they're learning the alphabet.
Yeah.
Learning the alphabet. And I think it is like a Dirty Johnny's like a type of
It is,
joke.
absolutely.
It's like a brand.
Yeah.
I think it is. This is a Dirty Johnny joke. And the teacher goes, the first letter of the alphabet is A. Can anyone do a word that begins with the letter A? And Dirty Johnny puts his hand up and goes, arse. And then the teacher goes, Johnny, that's terrible stuff. Don't you be saying anything bad like that again. And then he goes, okay, and whatever. And then and they go find someone else, and they go avocado, and she goes, good, that's good. Now what's an avocado? And they go, it's like a type of fruit. And she goes, that's brilliant, good job. And then they go, okay, B, anyone tell me a word beginning with the letter B? And Johnny goes, bitch.
Go on, Johnny. I love Johnny.
And the teacher goes, Johnny, would you stop that there? That's flipping terrible. You can't be doing that now. And then somebody else goes, oh, beetle. And he goes, oh, that's great. What's a beetle? It's like, oh, it's a type of bug. It's very good, very good. And then C. And Johnny puts his hand up. The teacher goes, no. Don't be saying that now. No, I know what you're going to say for that one. Don't be saying that. That's one of the worst ones you can say. Don't say that. Johnny goes, okay. And then somebody else goes, I see, and they go, car. And she goes, well done. What's a car? It's like, oh, it's a sweet thing you drive around. And she goes, very good, very, very good. And then he goes, D. And Johnny puts his hand up, and she goes, now, Johnny, is this bad? And Johnny goes, no, it's one of the good. I've got a good one. And the teacher goes, okay, give us a word beginning with D. And he goes, dwarf. And the teacher goes, oh, that's a good one. Johnny, I'm proud of you. Well done. Now, what's a dwarf? One of them little cunts.
I love it. One Dirty Johnny.
It's just so bad. I love all
great.
that shit,
man. It's fucking brilliant. God, it's
so
great.
Fun.
Reminds me, and that's what the Super Soakers as well. There before I started alluding that your dad was a pedo, which he's not. And I know he's, and I'm definitely gonna meet your father, and I'm gonna be so
Horrified.
sorry. I'm gonna be
Horrified.
groveling at his feet, and I'm gonna say, listen, you're a great Italian man, and you've not assaulted anyone. I think.
As far as I'm aware.
But I will say, how did he end up?
But if I went to therapy, they'd convince me otherwise. That's therapy. We talked about this.
Oh, they would, yeah.
These days they go, did you know? And you go, I don't think so. And they go, no, because you are left-handed now.
Yeah.
So you must have been assaulted.
Yeah. You feel fiddled with. This feels fiddled with.
Therapy now.
I did think though, like, when you were younger, it was just such a simpler time. Like, I remember, I don't know, like, just, do you remember hiding? Like, do you remember hiding? Like,
I do remember. I used to do that classic one where you'd put the duvet on top of yourself and convince yourself you could lie flat enough that nobody would know you were in the bed.
Really?
Yeah, and I'd just turn on my side.
Yeah.
And people would come in and out of the room, and I think my parents would just play along, be like, where's Vittorio? And I'd be like, but there was obviously a Vittorio shaped fucking.
Yeah.
You can't lie under a duvet and it not look like there's a person under there.
It is a weird thing that you do get a sense at some point that I can flatten myself. Like there was a belief at some point, if I point my toes out and go in a certain way, I will become just like a flat surface.
Yeah.
And I had the same belief, but I mean, those are some of the fucking, that's some of the best, it was one of the best feelings I think ever, and you can't really do it anymore in adult life unless like you're wrecking a family or something.
I was just hiding.
Or where you're just like, that little feeling where you're just behind, like you're just hiding behind shit, and you're just like, and you're like, can people see me? Can people not? And that's, and I could do it sometimes as well. Like
I do that with Jamali quite a lot.
You hide from.
We jump out at each other.
Go away.
Yeah.
Like little frights.
So if someone's coming home,
little pranks.
I'll get into the wardrobe.
Yeah.
And then,
And would you not stick your flute inside her, like I said last week? You do anything except fucking. You're like an old. Do you know what, Charlie? You're like an old bad bull. We'd have bulls sometimes that we'd put out. This is true now. We'd have bulls that we'd put out with the cows, but then they'd have no interest in riding the cows.
yeah, he's too busy writing award-nominated shows.
I saw a cow and I cried. And I cried. No, but
I cried. Yes, I cried. Yes, I cried. What's that? Is that the Beatles? I can't get no, it's not.
That's the Rolling Stones.
Satisfaction.
The Rolling Kidney Stones.
Yeah. The Rolling Kidney Stones as they're known now.
Yeah.
Tough pisses.
Yeah. As they got older, they transformed into the Rolling Kidney Stones.
I love that bit in Friends, with like the Indian doctor, where Joey's in there, and he goes, "What do you think it is?" And he goes, "Kidney stones." And then Joey goes, "Could it be anything else?" "Kidney stones." And he goes, "Or kidney stones." It's just great. But go on.
Oh, well, no, I was just the analogy of the bull was sometimes you put a bull with the cows and they just really were fucking had no. I'm not saying it's not even that they were. It's not it wasn't they were a gay bull. They weren't trying to shag other bulls. They were just like just getting out an asexual bull that was more interested in intellectual things than the carnal shagging.
Do you think that's my next show title? The Asexual Bull?
I think that could be a good show for you. Yeah. It's just you just mincing around on stage, not shagging anything.
Well, most of my shows are me mincing about on stage, not shagging anything.
That should just be the description of your shows. I've never seen you fuck one thing in the show, you fucking freak.
But talking about my dad, it was funny looking back. I used to have arguments with him where I was like, "You're autistic," and nowadays I'm like, "Oh, maybe might have been projecting there."
You'd say that to your dad.
Yeah.
Is your dad autistic or is that just Italian?
The Italians are the opposite of autistic, I would say.
Because he move, but it's all a bit much, isn't it? It's like he doth protest too much because you're like, "We're so emotional, we're this," and I'm like, but are you just kind of trying to overcome? It's a presentation
of emotion rather than an actual emotion.
Exactly.
Maybe, but I remember something that sums up like my dad. He's such a funny fella. Was so in 2019, December 2019, so before it all happened. And the before times, people always say that as if the world is entirely different. It's not really. Fucking everybody was so violently inclined to get back to exactly how it was before. That so little has changed. Do you remember during the pandemic when everyone was like, "We're going to be talking about this for years to come"?
Yeah.
And then as soon as lockdown ended, everybody kind of went, "Should we never talk about that ever again?"
I'm so on board with never talking about it ever again. It's just so boring. Even as it was happening, I was like, "Oh, this is fucking boring."
Well, it was that was the thing. It was the most boring apocalypse ever.
Yeah.
It was just like...
Yeah. Watched a lot of TV and ate a lot and fucking, had periods of depression and discovered that, I'll tell you what I discovered, that banana bread doesn't cure depression.
Why are you doing a joke from my show?
So if you see him do it at the show, he's after robbing it from me.
No! You're doing a joke from my... Okay, I'll do one of Mike's jokes.
Great thing about my the great thing about my material is it's unrobbable because it's absolute incoherent nonsense. And most of it is me just going... It's a great way. If you can't write a solid joke, but you can go, you'll be a star. You'll be headlining. But
talking of the boring apocalypse, actually, this loops in, and then we'll get back to my dad in December 2019. My nono, so my dad's dad, he's a bit of like a doomsday prepper,
right?
Like he's got stores in his garage of stuff.
Oh yeah, you did say this before.
Did I say this in the podcast?
I don't know if you said it on the pod though.
But he has big tins.
Yeah.
Of like kilograms of food and like dried stuff and all this. But he's got 10 years worth of food, first of all. And he's like 88 years old. Mm-hmm. And I kind of think, look, no matter what happens, you don't need 10 years worth of food. Apocalypse or no apocalypse.
You're going to be brown bread.
98. Like, I mean, he might make it to 98, but fuck. It's just so funny to have someone that old be like, we gotta stock up for the coming winter. And the old fucking street joke is, geez, he's so old he doesn't even buy green bananas anymore.
I like that.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
But all the food is chopped tomatoes and dried pasta.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, is that my inheritance?
That is probably what you're going to get, yeah.
It's the most Italian thing ever. Like English people are like, oh, I'm going to inherit the house from my grandparents. Probably, it'd be really sad, but it'd be nice to have the house. What are you going to inherit, Vittorio? Fucking bolognese.
You are, yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah,
it's terrible. It's that, and then he's got a big Michael Jordan statue.
And why is that? Was he a Bulls fan?
No, he just loves collecting stuff. He's got a license plate from every state in America.
Really?
Yeah.
What? He's a hoarder, is
He
he?
loves eBay.
Yeah.
He fucking loves
Some
eBay.
people went fucking nuts on eBay back in, when eBay came in, and they what's that called where you love shopping? You're like a fucking
necrophiliac.
woman. What?
No.
Yeah.
We both went in very different directions with that joke. I said necrophiliac, which is kleptomaniac. Is what you're looking
Kleptomaniac. Necrophiliac is someone who shags dead people. Yeah.
Is kleptomaniac stealing, or is that
I think kleptomaniac could be like someone who's addicted to
shopaholic? They're addicted to shopahol.
Yeah, to shopahol, yeah.
Which I always think people always put the hall in. They go, I'm a chocoholic, and I'm like,
yeah.
is it not? Would it not just be chocolate?
Chocolate, right? Because there's no.
It's not chocohol.
Right.
You're not. If you're an alcoholic, you're not addicted to alco.
Yeah.
You're like addicted to alcohol.
Yeah. This should be a hill you die on. You should really go into this.
I'm really gonna fight the good fight on that one.
But it is a good observation. But I was gonna say earlier that when we were talking about the being a child and hiding behind shit.
Yes.
I remember that when I worked in a place called Whirly Ball in America, right? So it was
Whirly Ball?
Whirly Ball. It was a mixture between fucking what's that thing where you go around bumper cars and basketball? So you go around in these bumper cars.
Class.
Yeah, and you'd have a little kind of like a lacrosse fucking scoop thing, and you'd fuck the ball to each other, and then you'd throw it into this hoop. So it was class.
But you're driving at the same time.
But you're driving at the same time.
Drive-by basketball.
That's right, and everyone's fucking shit-faced there.
Oh, is
and
it drunks? I thought it'd be kids.
No, mostly fucking absolute boozy Susies. And people on corporate parties, so people were fucking just doing keys of coke, and no one cared. It was real lawless. And it was lawless like being a waiter in there, because you just have these massive corporate parties. You were ringing up fucking massive bills. People were fucking juking the stats. There was a lot of like corruption even among the staff, like where people would be trying to fuck you out of money. I was one of the only white people that was there. It was all Hispanics and black dudes. I fucking loved it. They were like, one of them brought me on a drug deal once. Huh?
Did you get called gringo? I'd love to be called gringo sincerely by a Mexican.
Yeah, I did get called gringo, and they pulled actually little Mexicans in the kitchen, because the kitchen was just like kind of full of these like Mexican dwarves. Like, I want to say they were dwarves. They were certainly like very undersized.
I feel like the Oompa Loompas might have been just Mexicans.
I think the Oompa Loompas were Hispanic, but if you think about why would they have green hair? Like, it's hard to know, but their movements did seem Hispanic. Yes, their
movements were Hispanic.
Yeah.
And just the work ethic.
Yeah, the work ethic
was Hispanic for sure.
Yeah, and their style of work seemed like tiki-taka, kind of like fucking,
liquid football.
Yeah, Xavi, Iniesta, who are actually not Mexican, but they seem Mexican. Do you know what I mean? I do. Spanish. Yeah. I do mix that. I do kind of.
Well, you're allowed to say Hispanic, but I only learned recently from Katie Green that you shouldn't call Spanish people Latino.
Right.
Because Latinos are people from South America who've been oppressed by Spanish people.
Yeah.
The Spanish are bad. People aren't Latinos.
The Spanish are the English
of South America.
Yes.
Yeah, the Spanish are the English of South America for sure. And it's so funny. And I talk about this in my award-nominated show as well. But there's so many countries who've done loads of fucked colonialism, but we don't really care about it. Yeah. It's just England. We're just like, fuck those guys.
Yeah, because they didn't do it to us.
But do you think like globally Portugal has a bad rap?
No, because they're in the shitter.
Because they're shit now?
Yeah, because they're shit now.
But how bad does England have to get before we go, well, they're fucked now?
I think they're on the way.
They're close to being close forgiven.
I'll be honest, this will show you, and this is the biggest sign of decline in England, is that like in the last World Cup, I was like, you know what? I hope they win. They need it.
I tried that, and then I went to watch a match in Leeds, and a guy spat on me.
He spat on you?
Yeah.
For just, had he heard you talk, or was it just a face? Because it is. There has been a few times even today I've just felt a little, just want to just.
But no, it was because I went to see the O2 Academy in Leeds, and it was the Belgium game where Belgium beat England, although they beat them twice in that tournament, which was funny.
Yeah.
And basically it was 1,000 English people and like 20 Belgians.
Yeah.
And the Belgians have been very sound the whole time. They were just celebrating amongst themselves. They were never being dicks outwardly. They were just like celebrating. And then at the final whistle, people started throwing like pints of piss at them.
At the Belgians?
Yeah. And all this stuff, and it was terrible. And then I just went, once it all calmed down a little bit, I went over and I was like, oh lads, I'm really sorry that happened. These were really sorry for the whole thing. Thanks for blah, blah, blah. And then an English guy saw me talking to them and was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, what? And he's like, what the fuck are you talking to them? And I was like, I was just saying thanks for being sorry or whatever. He was like, you fucking prick. I was like, man, I don't fucking want anything. He spits on me.
Whoa!
From a distance.
On the face?
Just landed on my chest.
On your chest? Oh, that's kind of hot. On your tits.
He
no?
pulled out.
Yeah.
Nobody spat on me. Because I'd gone to that match with my English friends with a notion of like, I quite like this England team.
Yeah.
We'll give them a go. And then as soon as I was nice to a Belgian, they fucking spat on me. And I was like, I'm never fucking supporting England ever again. So we walked the whole way home. Making up, we obviously don't know any Belgian football chants, so we were just walking home going, we love you waffles, we do, we love you waffles, we do, and all that shit.
So it's an interesting thing they've just said, because I was also up for England on a few occasions. Do you know why I'm up for it? Do you know why I tend to be up for them? Because it's like life is funner and more interesting if they're doing well, because it just creates a fucking circus. The media's gone mad. The people are all out. People are shoving fireworks up their holes.
It helps the economy for sure.
Yeah, they're throwing their babies off of roofs. There's fucking, Joe, like people just...
That's why Michael Jackson did it, because England were doing well in the tournament.
Absolutely.
That's why he dangled
the baby out.
It's
fucking great. He did that after Gaza scored in 96. Just dangling the baby. But it's just spectacle, and life is boring, and life is fucking, most of the time you wake up, you shit, you go to bed, it's a
dire perspective.
It's misery wall to
I
wall.
think life's just nice and good.
Yeah, but that's because you're medicated properly or whatever. But when I say that, I think you eat a lot of sweets. You're getting a personal trainer, aren't you?
Yes, for the month of August in Edinburgh, I'm going to get absolutely fucking yoked.
Are you?
Yeah, I've got a phone call with him later today, so I can talk about how yoked I'm going to get.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to go on steroids during the Fringe.
Oh, that would be fun.
I'm gonna look like Brock Lesnar by the end of the Fringe.
I come on stage, then I go home, I come again. God, that would be great. But also if you got into a roid rage and just like fucking destroyed like your venue and just and it just your whole career fell apart.
No, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, but that'd be next year's Edinburgh show then. Would be about
I took roids and broke stuff.
That's right. And now you're back and you're just like kind of soft again. Because you're a soft man right now.
Why a soft man?
You're soft, you know what I mean?
You're secretly in good shape.
There's no fucking secret. Everybody on Holloway Road knows it, baby. I fucking prayed around, oiled up. Nothing but
splashing water in your face.
Absolutely, nothing but a little fucking dishcloth over here, barking at people. Animalistic, causes a stir. People.
But are you exercising? Because you've got because you dress very baggily like a homeless man, but you've got a physique underneath there somewhere.
Oh Jesus, this is the favorite thing I've ever heard on the pod now. No, I run.
How often are you running? Where are you running? What are you running from?
I'm running my childhood. I've been running away from that steadily. No, I go to the gym. I go to the gym or I run. Almost every day, one or the other.
Wow.
Yeah, one or the other.
What are you doing at the gym? Can you be my personal trainer?
To be honest, I have a reputation in Pure Gym.
What's your reputation at Pure Gym?
Just fucking animal, just fucking wild beast. Like, just don't go near him when he's fucking
Get out of the fucking way.
Don't go near him when
Big
he's
Mike's
lifting,
in time.
or you'll lose your hands. Lean Payne style. I bark at people, I kind of bite at people's elbow. People are like, what the fuck? And they're like, he's Irish, it's all right. And then I start singing around the V. And
you said Irish people are dogs?
Huh?
Irish people are dogs?
Well, we were lumped in with dogs historically.
Well, I was saying recently, isn't
no
it
blacks,
funny
no
that
dogs, no Irish.
I was in a pub recently and there was a sign that said no dogs allowed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Jesus.
Well, the dogs still...
I was like, do you think they just snapped off the top of that sign? It's the same sign from back in the day. I think
Yeah.
the dogs are like, fuck's sake.
But you know the dogs are looking at the blacks and the Irish and just been like, yeah, you've forgotten.
Any fucking chance?
Yeah. Remember when we were all together?
Remember we were boys hanging out in the streets
Yeah.
outside?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
All using the same water fountains and all?
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Yeah, we abandoned.
And
We
we
left,
go, but it's nice in here.
yeah, we left them for dirt.
Just drinking Guinness.
Yeah. Yeah. We left it. I feel bad about
Can you
how we
imagine
abandoned
being like
dogs.
the promoter or like the salesperson for Guinness trying to like get Guinness into pubs? And then this pub's like, just Guinness isn't selling very well. And then they're talking on the phone. They're like, it's like, why not? It's like a great drink. It's very popular with lots of different types of people. And they're like, yeah, it's just not shifting. And they're like, well, come around. We'll have a look, see if there's anything we can help out with. Maybe we'll get you some branded like beer mats or whatever. The promoter from the marketing guy from Guinness shows up at the pub. First thing he sees, no blacks, no dogs, no Irish. And he goes, well, fucking come on. They're the two types of people that fucking love Guinness. Why? Fucking get that off the wall. I'd love if that was why those signs got taken off the walls. Just some Guinness man being like, come on the fuck.
Yeah.
We know who buys this stuff.
Absolutely.
On to the next one.
That is very true. God, that's fucking true. Fucking it's God, it's mad that the Irish were only like in America only became white after like a bit of time.
After
know?
we got super racist in America.
Well, yeah, and we did, yeah.
That's how it happened.
Yeah.
Which is such a baller move.
A baller move. Yeah. You think you guys hate them? We'll show you hating them. We'll show you fucking hating them. We hate more than you do. We're more fucking you than you. God, it's scandalous, really.
It's horrific,
Yeah.
but just such a fucking judo move.
Yeah.
To be like, whoa, at least we're not fucking them, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? And just
Hey.
say, huh? And up until
We'll
they
do your
go,
whippings for you, sir.
We
do it.
will be the police.
Yeah.
What about that?
And we did.
Yeah.
We did become the police in America. Fuck. I'm going to bring back very quickly to the...
Yes, I still have to tell the story of me before the pandemic. But go on, you do yours.
With the English, on the English thing, so I was like supporting English during the Euros, so like Euro 2000.
Yeah.
And
2000?
2020.
You're old.
2020.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. No, I wasn't supporting them back then. But I was, so they got to the final and they were against Italy and the whole lot. And
I was there.
you were there.
I was there.
You were at the game?
I was at Wembley.
Oh, fuck. Oh, you have a bit about that,
Yeah,
do
I
you?
have a whole story in the new show.
But anyway, I was watching it. I was in Barcelona at the time, and we were watching on this little screen. And I know I'm going to start saying it right. And we're watching on this screen, and then across the road, there was a bigger screen, and there's all these English fans and Italian fans and stuff. And like during the penalty shootout, there was like these Italian like families, and like Italy missed a penalty, and there was just like this like big English guy and this group of English guys down there that were going over screaming at the family.
Yeah.
Just like, that's right, you fucking shit, you're shit, you're fucking shit. And then there was like just the little child was like, oh, mamma mia, the bigger man, you little fucking cunt, you useless little cunt. I'll fucking wear you like a belt, you little cunt. How you like that, you fucking... You know, just...
But Mama, I don't know what he say. He's so bald. Why the man so pink?
Bald and fat and full of cocaine. So they were just so, like... It was like almost evil.
Yeah, but they do get there's a
quite
real
evil.
dastardliness.
They get evil.
But it's the only way. It's the only pressure valve for the inherent evilness of English people, isn't it?
At the minute,
nowadays, because
yeah.
they can't conquer anything.
Because they used to be able to go, like, kill a village or something.
Yeah, but now they just have to, you fucking cunt, every so often.
To a little child.
Yeah.
To a little fucking...
But Mama, I just want to eat pasta. I just want to go home to Papa.
Yeah, have a suck on this noodle, you cunt. He's a pedo as well, we'll say. For the sake of the story, they're all pedos as well. The English are all pedos as well.
They are.
And we better not forget that. But yes, gets to your... So before the pandemic.
It's before the pandemic, so I was desperately unwell, very chesty cough, couldn't smell or taste anything.
Yeah.
And kept throwing up and shitting lots. And at the time, we didn't know that that was probably the novel coronavirus.
Yes.
But I was just really unwell. And I would have like half a slice of toast every day. Just my mum was like, you have to eat fucking something.
Yeah.
And I would just eat it and then feel horrific and have terrible shits that evening. And then I remember the first time I was like, I'm going to try and have like a little bit of something. I did the, like classic like flat Coke.
Yeah.
I was like, that'll settle my stomach a little bit. And then there was just like, they'd had lamb for dinner and I was just like, I'll have like 2 bits of leftover lamb. Just eat that. And then I just threw up the world. Like I was just sat watching TV with my brother and I was like, oh fuck. And he was like, what? And I just stood up, ran to the downstairs toilet. And I was like, get mom! I just started throwing up fucking loads.
Yeah.
And my brother was like, fuck, he's like, mom! And I'm just like, because I hate throwing up.
Yeah.
Loads. Like I know nobody loves it. Do you love throwing up?
I don't mind. I don't mind like a little bit of a puke. You know?
I hate it so much. I don't know what it is about me, but I'm just like,
if I can time it to do it on like a minority or someone like, you know what I mean? Then it's like literally the best.
well, yes. I mean, we all fucking love that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Any fucking excuse.
Do you remember that Little Britain sketch?
Yeah.
That there used to be, it was just like they'd be eating a scone. It's like, who made these, Marjorie?
The
And it's just
refugees.
like, it's just like, oh, the little girl from the Union School. She just, just gets sick all over them. It was scandalous.
I guess that's making fun of
is.
racists.
It is.
But it's wild.
Did someone tell me the other day that David Williams is a nonce?
Yeah, that's pretty. I think allegedly. The
Allegedly.
rumor is
Someone said
that he's
I
a
didn't
big
say.
not gay nonce.
Right.
And he I think he's one of these that kind of like pretends to be gay in camp and whatever, but then is very, very creepy around
Women.
young women.
Right. Fuck.
And doesn't write his own books. That's the worst bit.
Who's writing them?
Some kind of ghost.
Oh, go away.
That's what they're telling me.
Fuck.
I only read half
Churchill.
the article, but they said a ghost
Churchill's writing his
wrote
books.
it. You got a ghost to write his books.
The ghost of Winston Churchill.
Casper.
Yeah.
The ghost of Winston Churchill.
Yeah. So he's spending his time doing ghost.
We will write them on the beaches.
He's writing David Williams' book on the beach. He says, not how I thought the afterlife would go. You've got to take the work where you get it. Sorry. So you're puking in.
Because I hate it so much, to get through the amount that I hate it, I shout
Yeah.
the whole time I throw up.
So you throw up and you're,
But like while it's coming out, I go, ah!
yeah.
Just, ah!
Yeah.
The whole time. So mum comes running down the stairs, slips, falls down the stairs, you know, in that like backwards way you fall down the
Yeah,
stairs, we basically like slip down the stairs.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like in a heap at the bottom of the stairs, like, oh.
Yeah. Like
And
Hawking.
then calls my dad. My dad comes running down and is like, are you
Pants
okay?
around the ankles.
The super soaker out. My dad comes running downstairs and goes to my mum, like, are you okay? And she was like, get Vittorio, like, make sure Vittorio's okay, because I'm in there like violently throwing up,
Yeah.
clearly very unwell. He opens the door to the downstairs toilet. And he was like, do you need anything? I was like, just get me a cold cloth from the kitchen, because I was like sweating. I was like, I just need to fucking
And he was
cool
like,
off.
what about this? What am I putting this on your forehead?
He was like, okay. And then
Yeah.
he goes into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then even in my like state of like violently throwing up, I just like, I know it's been slightly too long. And I just hear my brother go, are you emptying the dishwasher? And my dad goes, it needed done.
Wait.
He'd gone into the kitchen
To get you a cloth.
seen that the dishwasher had finished, and
Yeah.
gone, well, that needs doing.
Before bringing you
Yeah.
Carlo. I've been making up a lot of stuff about you, but this is from the fucking horse's mouth.
But that's just that. He's just like, it needed doing. So
Right.
I did it.
Yeah, but like, I mean, the order of
My
things.
dad can't see an unemptied dishwasher and leave it be.
I mean, my father could see an unempty dishwasher for 50 years in a row. He wouldn't fucking put anything in it, because he feels that is firmly the work of Betsy Rice, and he doesn't want to mess with.
My dad's the loudest dishwasher emptier ever.
Does he just do what you do when you're puking? He
Cupboards slamming, plates being whacked into plates like it's a miracle he doesn't smash a plate every time he does it.
Right. And do you think it's because he's kind of like trying to create this fucking almost like
Symphony?
yeah, but like also like just to kind of let everyone know I'm fucking doing shit in here. Yeah. Let's make noise about it. Carlo's working.
His friends wrote a song about him when he moved to London.
Out in
I saw
Resonance.
it. Yes, that's what the song was about. But when I just like an old like video of like at this party, and they were singing a song about that, and they went, Carlo the elephant packed his bags and set sail for London. Off he went with a stompity stomp, 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 because he's just such a noisy man.
They call him Carlo the elephant.
He just stomps.
The
up
elephant man.
He stomps up the stairs all the time. He just stomps everywhere and like bangs doors and cupboards. He's just such a noisy man.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack with Carlo, isn't there? Just wants
He's just a noisy boy.
He's attention seeking. So when you were getting sick, right, and you're shouting,
Yeah.
and is there part of you, because I'm like this even now, and I'm 32 years of age, and I will, if I get in any way sick or anything, I'm like fucking, I have to tell my mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I need her to.
Well, I've got Jamali Maddox to look after me.
I guess you do, right?
And she's nice.
Is she? I bet she loves when you're sick, does she? That fucking.
She does lock into like super care mode.
Oh yeah,
She's so good.
Fucking in her element, making little fucking herbal teas and shoving little fucking Diorolite tablets up your arse. Does she give you any like pills that are
suppositories?
Put up through your
No,
arse.
Jamali Maddox has never seen my asshole. We've talked about this.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she couldn't feel. Has she never even put her finger on it?
No.
Jesus Christ. You wear condoms. She's not touched your asshole. What the fuck are ye at? 4 years together. Are you fucking
5 years together.
5 years together. When are you going to get it together? When the fuck?
This is why you're so depressed all the time.
Why?
Because you're always striving for more.
What the hell?
Just be happy with what you've got.
You put your finger on Jamali's asshole, though. Come on. Jamali Maddox's asshole. You put your finger on her up it. Please. Let me. You want me to snip? Is that what you're doing?
No.
I thought you were like pushing it over.
I am calling a stop to this
A halt.
thread of
A
conversation.
halt to this investigation.
I've gotten lax with my pushing back against the filth that you bring to this podcast.
This is not filth. This is investigation. This is trying to allow people a little window into your soul and to understand what the fuck is wrong with you. Why are you not doing more in the bedroom? Why has she not put her finger on your ass? This is just everyone now. This is shocking content that they've heard from this. The lack of adventure, the lack of imagination that's going on in that cot in there is fucking startling. I'm gonna give you a little list of things for next week that you need to have.
Mike's Karma Sutra?
Yes, little things that you need to have tried out. First off, you need to taste your own semen. Just curiosity. Why am I made to feel like a freak? Why am I made to feel like some sort of an ogre? Because I have just basic human curiosity. Why is that?
It's a scientific spirit.
It is a scientific
You have a spirit of experimentation.
Yeah. How many animals have you made come? 0. How many animals have you? None. What have you know what I mean? Because you've not fucking bothered exploring or trying. Because you're stuck in your ways. Drinking your little Coke Zero, going around with your arsehole clenched. All right? And it's because of your father. Because he's stomping around your whole life. And you're afraid that he's going to stomp into the room if someone puts a finger on your asshole. And he's going to say you're not Italian anymore. And you're going to be kicked out of the Italian Federation, which you are the treasurer of.
Treasurer of the Italian Federation.
Yes.
There's the Italian Society of Northern Ireland.
Is there?
Yeah, they have weird little events and stuff.
Do they?
They do like Italian masses and they do La Befana. Have you ever heard of La Befana?
La Befana.
La Befana.
No. Is it? I believe was it like it's like an old wooden cabinet
No.
from the Victorian era?
Terrible guess.
No, okay.
But I like the way anytime I say anything, you just guess what it is.
What is it?
La Befana is the Italian equivalent of Santa Claus.
Oh,
And it's an old witch who brings presents to children. An old angry witch brings presents to children in
an
Italy.
evil woman.
Yes, the story is that the wise men, you know, the three fellas,
Oh, yeah.
they have a podcast now. The three wise men would have
They
a
would
podcast.
have a podcast
They'd
now.
have a fucking podcast now.
Everyone else's gifts are shit. It's a bit called podcast about gift buying.
It's called Gifted.
Yeah.
And they're all Chinese, don't forget.
Are they? We're the three wise men.
We three kings of Orient are.
Oh, fuck. I never even picked up on that. They are.
Yeah, Orient kings.
Good Lord.
Don't think you can say that anymore.
Fuck me. That's after changing things in my head now.
What was that? Was it a Norm Macdonald joke? Which, did you tell me it? Ping pong's the only sport that was named after its creator.
Oh, I didn't tell you that. I know that one. God, that's great.
So funny.
Oh, God, that's.
I can't remember who's, but it's really funny. It's really funny.
Oh, fucking Gigi Ping Pong.
It's okay because he's a dictator and you're allowed to make fun of them.
That's right.
Hashtag stop Asian hate.
Yeah.
That should be a thing nowadays. You know, Russia's in Asia.
I knew that there was a good whack of it is in Asia.
So is this part of the stop Asian hate that we should stop people hating Russia nowadays?
No, I think you're allowed. I think like Russia, because like Russia is in Asia, like fucking, you know, it's technically
Like Northern Ireland's in the UK.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
yeah, but like it's not.
some weird guys think it is, but
That's exactly right. But all the most, we'll say, civilizationally advanced parts of Russia are all in Europe, like Moscow and St. Petersburg and all the places in the West, and then it's like the Asian part is all like fucking Siberia. I mean, most of Russia is just completely fucking vast.
just filled with UFC fighters
Yeah, just fucking
and those Dagestanis and stuff.
The Magomedovs just fucking
Yeah.
crawling out of caves,
Fighting
and just-
bears.
Yeah, fighting bears and fucking, you know, shagging yetis and fucking, you know, doing arm wrestling otters and stuff.
All that stuff. But the La Befana, so basically is these Chinese fellas were looking for Jesus in the year 0.
Yeah.
Or just before the year 0, I guess. And they were looking around to find this child they needed to give the gifts to. And obviously they followed the star, but I don't know if you've ever tried to get somewhere by looking underneath a star. Pretty
No.
fucking vague.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You're not going to get it like it's not
Bang on.
a what 3 words
yeah.
kind of level of specificity. You're not getting a longitude and latitude. You get to a general area and you go, right, we better start
But
fucking.
a baby is a very specific
A
location.
baby's a very specific location, and
Yeah.
nobody knows the exact location of a baby,
No.
really.
No. I get feelings sometimes of like, there's a baby over there, but
Yeah, I have a sword
Yeah.
that glows blue when there's a baby nearby. It's my cock. Because I'm a paedophile.
Jesus Christ, he didn't lick it off a bush. Fucking, he's Carlo's son, all right. There's no doubt about that. Stomping around fucking children. Making a lot, like the worst pedophiles ever, just stomping in and out. Oh, Christ. Yeah.
The 3 Chinese fellas are
Yeah.
knocking on doors all around Bethlehem, and they knock on this old witch's door.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Wow, what do you want?" And they go, "We're looking for the Son of God."
Was that a Chinese witch?
No, she's Italian.
Yeah.
What do you want?
What you want?
What do you want?
What you want?
What do you want?
What you got?
What do you want? Prawn cracker? It's Italian.
That's Italian. I think you did Italian.
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're like, even as we're in the middle of it, I was like, I got frozen. I was like, I don't know. I can
Yeah, we're
add
6
any of
minutes
this.
away from the Patreon,
Okay.
so maybe we save the accents for that.
Yeah. All right.
So they knock on the door and they says, "We're looking for the Son of God." we've got these gifts for him. And she goes, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about, son of God? Slams the door in the face.
Get lost.
And then she sits
Three
down.
virgins.
Yeah. She sits down and she has a change of heart. She goes, fuck.
Right.
Those drag kings were right.
Mm.
I think that, what if it is the son of God? And I've just not helped get him his presents. And maybe he's going to be presentless on his birthday and he's the son of God. And that'd be a terrible thing for me to do. I need to give a present to the son of God. I need to, whatever. But they'd gone. So she just gave presents to all the babies in Bethlehem.
Hoping one of them would be the son of God.
Exactly.
And that's the Italian
That's Santa.
Oh, that
so there'd be a big bouncy castle and sandwiches on tables. And then we'd all have to sit down on this mat and an old lady dressed up as a witch would come in and hand out presents from a bin bag.
That's like fucking dark and weird.
Yeah.
And freaky. So you didn't have like normal Santa then?
We did do Santa as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even like any of these like traditions you talk about around the world that have different things, they all do Santa now.
Right.
Because everything's globalized.
Good.
You think Santa's better? Well, what's the story of Santa? Where's that come from?
He's fucking man.
Why is St. Nicholas giving stuff out?
Because he has the fucking reindeers and the elves and that old fucking battle axe Mrs. Claus, and he's out in the snow, and it's all good crack. It's all good fun.
What's not good crack about an old witch?
Because she's an old... I don't want a witch around. I don't want a witch coming into my fucking bedroom with her fucking little...
witch finger?
Yeah.
What do you think she's going to do that?
What do you think she'll do with that?
You love that?
I would like it.
You'd love that? Because you're into that kind of filth? You're into that kind of filth?
You need a
No, I
witch.
don't.
You need a witch to come in and defile you to let you know what fucking happiness feels like.
I need a witch to just make me pancakes.
What I think genuinely is you need someone to molest you, to let you know that there is so much fun to be had in your bum. You need to be molested. And I don't say that lightly. So if anyone comes to any of his shows, and I mean this, you'd be doing us a big favour if you could just defile this little prude, this little fucking virginal prince. Yeah?
Please don't molest me.
Do. Oh,
come see me on tour and don't molest me.
And I'm going to finish off with one last story.
Should we not just plug stuff and then do the Patreon?
Stuff. I know. I'll save it for the Patreon, but it's really
we
good.
have to finish it. There was a rugby story from a few episodes ago that we didn't tie up. That needs to be solved on the Patreon.
So I'm going to have a story about the second story I have with an Irish rugby international player. That's going to be on the Patreon, and I have another story.
And all sorts of shit on the Patreon. Plugging dates, Cambridge, I'm fucking raging.
Yeah.
So the venue has a 100-seat room and a 200-seat room. And I was like, we'll do the smaller one. It's Cambridge.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know anyone in Cambridge. That just seems fair. But then without asking for consent, they've upped, because it sold okay in the first few weeks, they've upped us to the 200-seater room.
Yeah.
And now we can't move it back to the 100-seater room.
But how many tickets are sold?
103.
And when's it on?
Like fairly fucking soon.
Oh,
so
shit.
I now went from sold out to half sold.
But they didn't
immediately.
ask you.
Yeah, but they've just done it.
Oh, that's...
And now it's because they just opened the allocation, so now we can't move back to the smaller room. So if you're in Cambridge or know anyone in Cambridge, please fucking buy tickets. Also Southampton, Darwin, Middlesbrough, Nottingham, Galway and Limerick. I finally got a ticket update, are nearly gone, but I feel like we have some people in Galway and Limerick. Every time I say Darwin on this, I go, who the fuck is listening to this in Darwin?
Yeah. I don't even know where that.
Near
I thought
Blackburn.
I was in Australia. What?
Near Blackburn.
Right. I have
all that shit. And my Edinburgh Fringe tickets are on sale as well.
Yes, I have an Edinburgh Fringe show at 10:15. That's on sale. There's another one I have to wait for late registration to register. That will be on sale at 4:05. And then on top of that, I have a show in Cork on July 28th and
in Collins,
and that's it for now, I think.
Lovely stuff. Come see us on tour. We have a live show coming for the Edinburgh Fringe and all sorts of other shite as well.
Yes.
And I have a bunch of, I think they should be announced by the time this comes out, a bunch of work in progresses in London in July. Goodbye. Take care.
Patreon.
Patreon.com/parenting. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.